You're safe. You're safe to be seen. You're safe to be seen in your fullness, and you are safe to be seen in flux. Oh my gosh. I know that is like kind of a weird thing. Maybe each part of that sentence and the full sentence feels weird to you. I know that, I have certainly, there have been times in my life, versions of me who have not felt safe, have certainly not felt safe to be seen, definitely have not felt safe to be seen in my fullness, and really have not been feeling safe to be seen in flux, in a state of change. Like the only time it was safe was when I was performing perfectly, when I was not seen, when I was a finished product, when I had rehearsed, when I was ready. Take the pressure off, babe. You're safe now. Okay, 1 second. Let me just make sure I'm like on, because sometimes I'm not. But now is not one of those times. I'm on. Great. Okay, good. So you're safe to be seen. I think a lot of times, and so today, if you're in the States, it is the colonizers' holiday, where, we whitewash the genocide of the American Indian, and we give people a day off from wage slavery. So I was bringing that up because safe to be seen. A lot of people, go spend time with their family of origin on this holiday. And it can be really difficult. And I think, if you are not feeling safe or seen, if you're not feeling safe to be seen in your fullness and in your state of change, when you're around a certain group, when you're around a certain person, when you're in a certain environment, that's a sign that you are in the wrong environment and that you should get the heck out of there. Get up on out. Because your natural state is safety. Your natural state is a sense of safety that you can be seen in your fullness. When we're babies, we understand that like, just because we don't have a lot of experience doesn't mean we're bad, doesn't mean we're wrong. In fact, when we're babies, we see everyone loving us when we're in this state of flux, when we're in the state of flow, when we're concentrating on our own thing, when we are learning, when we're trying, when we're exploring, when we're being loud, when we're being like, weirdly quiet. We're safe. We're still safe to be seen. I've been thinking about this a lot now that I've been doing so much work on regulating my nervous system, making sure I feel safe in my body, my nervous system feels safe. It's been like these past versions of me are like, is it safe to come out now? Is it safe to come out and play? Because I finally created a reality in which it's safe for all of the facets of me to come out. It's safe now for the biggest version of me to come out. It's also safe for me to not be a finished product. It's safe for me to be like in my first draft of whatever identity I want to be in. I wrote a little bit about it in my journal. Let me see. Right. I feel like a lot of us, I certainly have been this. I felt I was only safe if I was rehearsed. If I knew what was coming up, I knew what I was going to say. I'd practiced it on people, so I knew it was going to land well. And then I could be seen. I used to think I was only safe to be seen if I was like polished, if I had makeup on, if my hair was done, if I had the right outfit, if the lighting was right. And like, now I realize I'm safe regardless. I'm the safety. So however I present, however I'm seen, I'm still safe. I think for women too, I think we have this fear of being seen in our bigness. Like, I definitely have felt, I'm only safe to be seen. People only approve of me if I am making myself smaller, if I'm making myself quieter, if I'm being accommodating, if I'm not being annoying, if I'm pleasing someone in some way. And now I see that I am safe even if I'm big, maybe especially if I'm big. I'm safer the more myself I am. I'm safer the meaner I am. My friend was talking about how someone is intimidated by her when they see her. My friend is like the chillest, kindest person in the world. And you can't anticipate how people will receive you. You might just remind someone of their parent or sibling or coworker or boss or someone who was mean to them or made them feel unsafe when they were a kid, and you remind them of that. So you just being you brings out this response in someone else. That doesn't mean you have to change in any way. In fact, like maybe you are here to show this person that they are still safe even when they're around this person who reminds them of this scary person. And yeah, like for myself, like I set a really high standard for myself in all these things. And so sometimes with like comedy, when I was doing stand-up, I would want to like have a perfect set, and I would want a set that was new. I would want a novel set each time. I was like, I don't want people to like get bored with a thing, like, you know, and if they've heard it once, maybe they won't find it funny again, which isn't even how comedy works. It isn't even like, I love stuff that I have seen over and over again that I know is going to be funny. But yeah, I had this like idea in my head that unless I was perfect, I would fail, everyone would hate me, and I would ruin comedy for women. Because people are already trying to hate on women in comedy. And so I like put this big standard, this weight on my shoulder that I have to do it. I don't have to do any of that. And I saw all these dudes, they would just go up, they would admit, they're like, I don't even have anything planned. I don't know, I'm just going to talk. How powerful. And so I was like, I want to cultivate that sense of safety to be seen imperfectly, unprepared, trying stuff out, to be seen as incompetent, to be seen as someone who doesn't know what they're talking about or who's talking crazy. There's so much freedom and power when you cultivate this sense of safety, even when you are imperfect. I say imperfect because like I'm perfect, but you know, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to get on for a few and give you that message because it can sometimes be hard in certain environments and situations to remember that you're safe and you're safe to be seen and you're safe to be seen in your fullness and you're safe to be seen in a state of flux, in a state of change, in a state of flow. And a lot of times we're taught to put ourselves in environments where it doesn't feel safe to be any of those things. It doesn't feel safe, period. And yeah, so you're an adult now. You're responsible for making the past and current and future versions of you feel safe. So if you're in a place where you don't feel seen, you don't feel safe being yourself, baby, get out of there. It's not for you. You're in charge of your safety now. So why are you forcing yourself into a place, into an environment, around people, around energies where you don't feel safe, where you feel like you have to be a smaller version of you, a more polished version of you, a more like surface level version of you, or you have to be the finished product of you, the highest evolution of you. You have to be on a linear forward motion version of you. You can't ever regress. Like, that's so much pressure and not necessary. Focus on who's already seeing you in your fullness. Focus on who you already feel safe around, and then cultivate more of that, okay? Yes. Okay, let me just say this thing that I heard, all right, about a lobster, Okay. You know, I'm a crab girly over here. Cancer moon from the state of Maryland. So we love crabs. We love a crab analogy. And, you know, I've never been into lobster. One of the reasons because, you know, I'm from Maryland and we love crabs. And, I don't like how lobsters, they're billed as this like super fancy, expensive food when they used to serve it to slaves. Okay. So it's slave food. And I'm not going to get tricked into paying all this money for a tail of an animal that they used to serve to slaves. Okay. Anyway, I did hear though about a lobster. So they can live a super long time in the wild, like 50 years, 60 years. And in order to grow, they break their shell and they break out of it, and they're vulnerable for a time. And like, I think as they go, you know, about, they grow back their shell. They gain a new shell. All right. And like the older a lobster gets, the bigger they can get. The more they molt, that's what it means when they crack open their shell and shed their shell. The more they do that, the bigger they grow and the more fertile they are. The more powerful, potent they are, the older they get. And in order to get stronger, to get more powerful, they have to break their outer layer. And it's uncomfortable. It starts as this feeling of pressure, and then the pressure breaks the shell and they expand. And yeah, then they have this period where they are vulnerable because they don't have a shell. They're just like fleshy, you know, lobster. And if they were too afraid that the unknown was going to mean they were going to be unsafe, if they were like, oh my gosh, I'm like, you know, if I don't have this shell, I'm going to be unsafe. Someone's going to attack me and I'm just going to like, it's not going to, then they wouldn't grow. They wouldn't be as fertile. They wouldn't be as powerful. And so I think we can be afraid to be seen by ourselves and by others unless we are fully armored up and we are already, you know, healed. We're already complete. We're already finished our process. And that's not true, babe. The safety, the protection comes from breaking out of the old and stepping into the unknown. You acquire, you develop, you cultivate the safety by stepping out into the unknown. And probably by surrounding yourself with people who you can feel safe expanding and being in flux around. So, all right. Hi. So if you made it this far, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I just like love, and I'm getting increasingly better at just like sharing the messages that want to come through me. So I hope you got this one. It's a pretty straightforward one, but can be hard to believe after a lifetime, maybe many lifetimes of feeling unsafe to be seen, feeling unsafe to be seen in your fullness. You might be the first ancestor in your lineage to feel safe enough to be seen in your fullness, to be seen in a state of change. How powerful, how awesome. I'm happy for you. I'm grateful for that myself. I'm just like so honored. Ugh. So anyway, I think I'm going to get out of here. Yeah. So if you made it this far, give me like a symbol of change, be it a sprouting plant to a tree, or a butterfly, or what's another thing that changes? I don't know. Surprise me. You get creative. Let me see what you got. And yeah, you're safe to be seen. Also, yeah, you can give me a camera emoji. You know, you're safe to be in the spotlight. Ooh, thank you. I tried to make my nails like unapproachably feminine. You see these third eye, they're given like biblically accurate angel. Yes. But yeah, that's what I'm about. Feminine, but unapproachably so. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all I got for you today. Ooh. Am I in prison, bro? Not since I broke out of the Matrix. Not since I quit my 9-to-5 job and I no longer work for the empire. When are you guys going to break out? All right? It's I don't even want to say it's getting lonely. I love being by myself. It's amazing. And yeah, it's been separating myself, pulling myself out of the places that were trying to keep me trapped and keep me small, have allowed me to develop the safety, the flow, the emotional regulation that allows me to like bring you through these brilliant freaking messages. Oh, I love it. So yeah, I think that's it. I just like always want to just talk for like ever and ever. I just love freaking talking. Oh, thank you, Billy Bunton. I'm just so lucky. I'm so grateful. Like, not only am I such a freaking babe, I'm rich. I'm a lawyer. I'm sexy. I'm hilarious. I have a bunch of amazing friends and family, and I have amazing style. And did I say I have like a sexy, wealthy husband? Because I also have that. And he's really brilliant. Oh, and he's kind. Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's safe for me to be seen in all of that. I think a lot of times women, we feel like it's only safe if we're like, you know, being humble and being quiet and being like accommodating and welcoming and making people feel safe. Not me. Get away from me. Goodbye. Yeah, I want people to fear me. So, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. I love you guys so much. I'm going to talk to you soon, okay? Yeah. So, you're safe to be seen in your fullness and in flux when you're being illogical, when you're uncertain, when you're mean, when you're whatever, you're safe. So do it. All right? Bring your forehead up against the screen. I love you so much. And this is all made up. You know it. Okay? And you're safe to be seen in your fullness. Don't worry about it. I'm giving you permission. So go. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I think that's it. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Love you guys. Talk to you soon, okay? Bye. I love you. Salam and yalla bye.